Louisiana Beer Reviews. This is a special edition Mike's Harder Cranberry Revisited. It's very foggy this morning. You might see the mist on the camera lens. 8% alcohol. I did a review of this years ago. This is crafted to remove gluten. They're not claiming it's gluten free, but it's crafted to remove gluten. And then it says, for more information on how Mike's is crafted to remove gluten, go to mikesharder.com, and they have an extensive discussion about that. So they got this new can design from the last couple of years with the textured, it looks that way, not really, it's smooth, but textured gray and black, and the shades of red. Malt beverage with natural flavors and certified color. So the food coloring gives it the color, but the flavors are natural. Where they're coming from, I don't know. All right. It's got a date on the can. A born on date, guys. Of course, you got to know the code. Here's the black pull tab. I saw the Mike's Harder variety pack at Piggly Wiggly, but I noticed it was a 8-pack, not a 12-pack. I said, well, I'm not paying this amount of money for only 8 cans, 12-ounce cans. I thought it was a 12-pack. So the the 5% Mike's Hard, you get 12 cans and they're 12 ounces. But if you buy the Mike's Hard bottles, it's a much worse value because you're getting 12 11.2 ounce bottles, so you're losing 0.8 of an ounce on each bottle. So the cans are the best value the better value without a doubt, and it's the Mike's Hard is the best value. Okay, but anyway, these are good when you buy the pint cans in the 2 for 2.4. I got 2 cans for $3.50. You can mix and match. You can find sometimes the 23. Well, you can certainly find the 23.5 ounce cans at Walmart. But I don't think they're that good of a value per ounce versus the 16 ounce cans, really. Let's see. There might be a faint fruit aroma, but it's mostly just like basic fermented beverage. And I mean basic like base, like not a whole lot of aroma. It's just you picking up the malt base, which they say they craft to be odorless and colorless, like a vodka. I think in Canada these are made with vodka, but the US, that's frowned upon. They want the beer base, so. Similar to these flavored whiskey liqueurs, where it's mostly like corn distillate, clear, odorless, colorless. Then they add the natural or sometimes artificial flavoring to it, and then maybe add food coloring. So they're coloring this with food coloring, certified by the U.S. government to be safe for human consumption. That's what certified color means. Doesn't contain yellow number 5 because they would have to mention that, because some people are allergic to it, so they have to put an alert. It doesn't bother most people, but some people it bothers them, makes them ill. It's tart, like cranberries. Not as tart as true cranberries, however. It's sweeter than a cranberry. So it's cranberry-esque. Not totally unlike cranberry sauce, which I guess they add sugar to that. Probably depend on which brand you're buying. Does this come out all year round? I don't know. I think it might just be a fall, for like Thanksgiving time. I bought the blood orange. Now, the blood orange was probably the best I've had from this lineup because it was intriguing. It tastes like they had herbs and spices added to it. No joke. I said, is this a Brewed? It tastes like an herbal. I couldn't think of the word herbal at the time, but like an herbal beer. And if, look, Mike's Harder are very sweet because that's the tagline on the website. It says, man, that's sweet. You know, man, exclamation mark. That's sweet, exclamation mark. So, if you're looking for hop bitterness, don't go to Mike's and don't go to Mike's Harder. They contain hops. Probably they do that to meet, they probably put enough hops to meet the legal requirement and no more. I don't know that, but it doesn't taste like they put much. But if you look on their website, they got the very extensive, frequently asked questions, and it's, does this contain hops? Yes, and so on. High medium body, semi-sweet finish. It's tangy. That's the word for it, tangy. If you want a tangy flavored malt beverage, meaning a flavored beer-based product, that's what a malt beverage is, a beer-based product. I mean, any beer is a malt beverage, but, well, any true beer. Some of these, they call them beers, but they're made with sugar, like some of the seltzer beers. But they're not a wine, and they're not a liquor, a spirit, hard liquor. So the U.S. government doesn't have a third class in the Tax and Trade Bureau category, so they just call them beer. Like sake is listed under beer. It's not actually beer, but they put it there because it's brewed. A brewed rice product. Anyway, what would be the real name for these kind of things? Well, it depends, because if you look at some of these, it'll say flavored malt beverage, especially with the Smirnoff ones. I mean, they'll say flavored malt liquor. Sorry, flavored malt liquor. A lot of them will say flavored beer and then flavored malt beverage. So maybe the more accurate term would be alco pops. But alco pop could be liquor, right? Could be rum base or tequila base. Alcohol, so tastes like a pop, soda pop, soft drink. Does this taste like a cranberry carbonated drink? Yeah, that's what it is. Cranberry flavored carbonated drink. Is it offensive, bad, off-putting, and horrible? No. It's sort of a juvenile type product in the sense that it's mass produced, like a Budweiser, a Busch beer, Miller High Life, and all these flavor ones. But then, you know, these days Sierra Nevada is mass produced. Samuel Adams, Boston Beer Company products, Twisted Tea, and they claim they're a craft beer, but that's an arbitrary determination on that level. But this one is just made for very low expectation consumers. I think that would be a perfect term. They don't buy these and sit around and with a notepad taking notes saying, now what does everybody think about the body? Well, I think it's people playing dominoes and drinking this. Coming home from work at 11 p.m., 11:30 by the time they get home, and eating a banquet TV dinner and watching Family Feud reruns. You know what I'm saying? It's not deep, speculative. But on the other hand, it's not terrible. Carbonation is very prickly. It is natural flavor. Does it taste like they use actual cranberry? It does, in fact, taste like they use actual cranberry. Now, is it some huge container of commodity dried cranberry puree, dehydrated, that they, dehydrated cranberry puree, perhaps, that they dump in the brewing process? Well, yeah, it's not some cranberry artisan sitting around with a knife pruning, and cutting the cranberries and putting them in the beer. But whatever. It does taste pretty darn good, and if I was looking to drink a flavored beer, and I actually would not be looking to do that, because if you look at my standby beers, they're just usually affordable adjunct lagers such as Natural Ice. Used to be Keystone Ice, but that was discontinued to my dismay. But Natural Ice is doing fine as a substitute, not a perfect substitute, but it's fine. These things are going to hit you kind of hard. I'm into the can now, and but like I say, you might see bottles. You probably won't, but you might. They exist. Their locator tool is very helpful. But it's hitting, which is making me think it's a lager more than an ale. Lagers seem to go into the bloodstream quicker. Can't explain the science behind that. But from experience, I've noticed it. But short story long, as this video is, it's not the most dynamic of the Mike's Harder lineup. That would be the Blood Orange. But they're all interesting. They're all interesting, and they're inexpensive, so I don't see why it would be a big problem for any beer reviewer, no matter how highfalutin they are, to do a little march through the Mike's Harder brands and the Mike's Hard brands. I think the company does a really fine job. They sort of like pioneered this style. And I guess they're the class leader of it. There are other companies showing up trying to compete, like the original Club Tales from Geloso of Canada, Geloso Beverage Group. They're doing well. I don't think they come close to the sales, but could probably make a strong argument that they're a little higher quality product. But Mike's Harder is fine. Last look at the can. I want to get the. You have to look at the can because they're coming from different locations. The Blood Orange came from Memphis, Tennessee, La Crosse, Wisconsin, and Rochester, New York. This one's coming from Waddell, Arizona. Manufactured by Mike's Hard Lemonade Company, Waddell, Arizona. But it's actually manufactured for Mike's Hard Lemonade Company. All registered trademarks using the license. Okay, so I'm gonna do some research on what brewery or facility is in Waddell, Arizona. I'm gonna look at that. I bet you I'll be able to find out. So, les bon temps relais. Thank you for watching this video review for this Arizona produced product. You say, wait, it could have something to do with the crops that are grown in Arizona. Do they grow cranberries out there? I thought cranberries are grown in southern Virginia and northern North Carolina, but what do I know for cranberries? And I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all go to Waddell, Arizona, watch them produce Mike's Harder Cranberry!